Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am very excited to talk about a much requested breakdown of my pre-wedding skincare routine. All the treatments I did, all the products that I've been using, everything that worked, everything that was worth it, everything that I would recommend to another bride. For a little bit of background, I got married in June of this year, so just a couple months ago, in Italy. So it was warm, very much the summertime, and for years I've struggled with my skin. I've had acne since I was 15 probably, so probably the last 10 years, and I've done pretty much everything under the sun. I've done Accutane, topicals, antibiotics, everything you can imagine. So it was super important to me that I got my acne in a really good spot, that I didn't have any active breakouts, that I had as little congestion in my skin as possible going into the wedding. Having clear skin was my top priority. I also wanted to deal with things like texture, discoloration, some scarring that I had. So just really wanted to go through a whole skincare glow up. This was probably the most important thing to me, even apart from a workout routine or getting my body in good shape, my skin was paramount. I needed to have my skin in a really good place, and so I did pretty much everything under the sun to make sure that was the case. So I learned a lot. I did a lot of treatments. I did a lot of different skincare products, and I have compiled a list of everything that worked, everything that I think is worth it to invest in. I would recommend pre-wedding or pre any sort of event where you really want your skin to be in great shape. I want to start off with my most impactful things that I did in my routine and treatments and anything that I would definitely recommend. Coming in at number one is my tretinoin prescription. I went through a telehealth company called Nurx to get my hands on tretinoin. If you're not familiar, tretinoin is basically a really strong retinol. It's prescription strength. It combats wrinkles, texture, acne, literally everything. It's very much like an all-in-one kind of skincare treatment. I started off at 0.025%. This was 2 years ago, and I definitely went through a period of purging, peeling. Your skin basically resurfaces, so it takes time for that to happen. Once you get to a place where you're comfortable or your skin can handle it every single day, then you upgrade to the next strength. So I'm at 0.05% now, and I will say I didn't really see results oh my gosh, my skin is completely different for 6 months. So if you're interested in doing tretinoin, I would recommend starting it at least 6 months out, probably a year to be honest, because basically it goes through a whole transformation. It thickens your skin. It does all sorts of incredible stuff. So recommend looking more into it. I'm not a dermatologist, obviously, but I've had a great experience with it. It's definitely kept majority of my acne at bay. My texture is gone. It also helps with the appearance of my pore size. Really great all-in-one kind of skincare treatment, but you have to be in it for the long haul. The long-term results are really what you're going for. Second most impactful thing that I would absolutely recommend doing is double cleansing. If you're at all familiar with skincare, you probably don't know what this is, but basically you cleanse with an oil cleanser first and then a water-based cleanser second as a part of your nighttime routine. I use this oil-based cleanser, and then I use a microfiber cloth to wipe it off. It's a nice exfoliation tactic, but also gets a lot of that oil off. Some people recommend what's called emulsifying, where you add some water before you start to take it off with the cloth. That also helps break it down so you get all of it off. It's a really great way to just kind of get makeup off, get sunscreen off, to kind of break down whatever you have on your face and just really get it all off in one swipe. Then you go in with your water-based cleanser. Recently, I started getting the Vanicream Gentle Cleanser. I absolutely love this cleanser. It's so affordable. You can find it literally everywhere. It's super gentle, free from all the bad stuff. When you wash with a water-based cleanser after your oil cleanser, something I started doing that I really noticed an immediate difference from is washing my face for more than a minute. I feel when you're kind of zoned out, you kind of just go through the motions and you do it pretty quickly. Actually intentionally rub and get into the places that you really want to decongest, especially my nose or my chin. Once I really started paying attention to how long I was washing my face for and doing it for at least a minute, I definitely noticed less frequent breakouts. It's just such an easy thing to do that people often overlook, but I definitely recommend doing it for at least a minute. The third thing I would recommend is facials. This is very much an extra investment. It's not that you need to get it done. I really liked doing it because having extractions done by a professional is just so much better than doing it yourself. So when you do have those occasional breakouts and congestion, you can go to someone who can actually clear that out in a safe way and not someone who's gonna like pick and fuck up your skin like I do. So I went through a few different facial places in New York. The one that I liked the most that I ended up continuing with was Joanna Vargas. I started with their just purifying facial, which I actually found to be really, probably the most productive in the end. It's the most affordable facial they offer. It's a really good price considering it's in New York, obviously, so it's gonna be expensive. But they also did microdermabrasion, they did extraction. I think we did like acidic peels. So you actually get a lot for the base price that they offer. That was the first time I'd ever done microdermabrasion, which I really loved the results from. Like a week after the facial, I could actually notice like I had baby skin, like level of exfoliation was just so thorough. It was great. And it just feels so good to get all of that just like gunk out of your face. I get a lot of congestion around my mouth and my chin and my nose that I just like can't get myself. It's just better to have a professional do it, especially if like you have the urge to pick at your face. I recommend doing a facial schedule so that you know like, okay, I don't need to pick my face because I have a facial coming up in X days or weeks, so I can just wait until then. She'll get it all done in one sitting. I did it every 6 weeks. I thought that was a really good amount of time. By the time I entered like the 5th week, like 5.5 weeks, I was like, okay, like I have some congestion that I really want to get taken care of. So it was just such a good rhythm of just like thoroughly cleansing my face, getting everything out of it. Fourth thing, most impactful that I would recommend, unfortunately another expensive thing, is my red light. I got into red light therapy last December. I asked for it for Christmas, which I highly recommend because it is expensive. I did a lot of research on like the strength of red light and like what was actually clinically effective. The masks I found out were very, very weak in terms of the amount of red light that they could emit and that you could absorb because they're so close to your face. So then I started looking into red light panels, which I found to be much stronger. I think they're also cheaper a lot of the time. Some of the masks nowadays are super expensive, which considering that they're not that strong is like really not fair. So I got this red light panel. It's not very portable, I'll say that. So if you're traveling a lot, this can't go with you. Like it's pretty big. I started doing that every night for 10 minutes because it said that was like the maximum time. Like anything beyond that like hasn't been studied or proven like more effective after 10 minutes. And it comes with these glasses. You can wear like full blackout glasses or you can wear these green like offsetting glasses. I like the full blackout ones just because it's more comfortable. And I just literally sit in front of it. Like I put it at my desk for 10 minutes after I do my skincare every night. Super easy to do if you're committed to it. After a few weeks of doing this, the tone and texture of my skin had improved so much. And I just see more and more stuff online now about how like beneficial this is for like sleep, improving your circadian rhythm, and consistency is the most important thing. So if you pick a routine and you stick to it long term, like that's where you're really gonna see results. I think it's something great to get as a gift too, because it's like hard to invest in something that expensive for your skincare. So totally get it. Not something that's necessary, but something that I think did make a difference in the end. Last thing, not necessarily the least impactful, but something that deserves a further breakdown was my skincare routines. Everything I was doing every single day. Like I said, I was keeping it pretty simple because using tretinoin, it's such a strong active. You really want to minimize irritation while it's kind of like resurfacing and having that like faster cell turnover essentially. Like I said, starting off with double cleansing, I have my oil cleanser. This is the Softimo Deep Oil Cleanser. There are a lot of good oil cleansers out there nowadays, so I don't necessarily think you need to get this exact one. Then I go in with, like I said, my Vanicream Gentle Facial Cleanser. This stuff is so good. It's just like never irritating, never drying. And then, like I said, washing for at least a minute before taking it off. Love this stuff. You can get it everywhere. Then I have my toner. I actually found this on TikTok. It's supposed to be really soothing and kind of calming, which, like I said, I want to give my skin a lot of comfort. So this is the Anua Heartleaf Soothing Toner. This lasts a really long time. I've gotten it at a few different places now. I literally have seen this at TJ Maxx now, so lots of places you can get it. You don't necessarily need this exact toner, but just something to kind of like soothe, rebalance, calm your skin before you continue the rest of your routine. Any sort of toner I think would work. Now in the morning, I don't apply tretinoin, so after that I would go in with my moisturizer. I literally love this stuff. This is Dew Air Angel Hydrating Gel Cream. Before this I was using Instant Angel, but that was just a little bit too thick for me. So they came out with this gel cream one that's basically the same thing, just a little bit lighter. It really plumps your skin, like you can feel it absorbing. It just feels so good when you put it on. The person who developed it, someone who used to work on SkinCeuticals, so a really, really trusted person in the industry. Love them, love the brand. Shout out to Do. Highly recommend. Then continuing the morning routine, I end with sunscreen. I've used a few over the years. My favorites are definitely Japanese and Korean. In the winter, I want something a little bit more hydrating, so I go for this one, the Isntree Hyaluronic Acid Watery Sun Gel. Super hydrating and soothing, not thick or oily or greasy or anything. Amazing texture, works great under makeup. If it's hotter, more humid, like approaching summertime, I'll go for the Biore UV Aqua Rich. This one is literally like a gel. The texture is amazing, dries down really well, doesn't feel like you can sweat it off. When I'm going to the beach or like I'm going swimming, I'll always use this on my face because it's just like really soaks in. Love this one too, also great under makeup. At night, I obviously don't apply sunscreen. So instead of sunscreen before moisturizer, and in fact, I actually got to a place where I didn't have to use moisturizer on top of this. After the toner, I would go straight in with my tretinoin. So like I said, I'm doing the 0.05 prescription. You do a pea-sized amount, literally like a little pea. You just kind of evenly dot it over your whole face and that's it. Some people like to sandwich this with like moisturizer first and moisturizer after. I have oilier skin that gets really easily congested. So like I said, I ended up doing this without any moisturizer before or after. That's a little bit of a dangerous game because this can be pretty irritating. Now that I'm up in the mountains, I do moisturizer after this because it's just, my skin just needs a little bit more moisture at night. But like I said in the beginning, definitely the hero product of this whole story, tretinoin. It was really easy to get the prescription through Nurx, so I definitely recommend doing something like that. You can also get it through your primary care physician. I've done that before too. Notable mentions outside of my absolute top favorites and must-dos. I started doing a couple other wellness things in tandem to doing all this because I was going through like I said, a full wedding glow up. So I'd be remiss not to mention the possible effects that they could have had on my skin turning out well. The first being I wanted to prioritize my gut health because I knew obviously that's tied to acne, all sorts of things going on in your body. So I started drinking aloe vera juice. Hear me out. I got into this after going to Curacao and doing a big like aloe vera farm tour, learning about all the benefits of aloe vera. So got really into it and found a great one at Whole Foods. I had also been reading about how it's not great to have coffee like the first thing in your stomach in the morning. So I would chug like a shot, essentially like 2 ounces of this in the morning. I would chase it with water because it's pretty gross. But I really think it had an effect on my gut health and thus my skin health. Like no breakouts. My skin looked really hydrated and like soothed and smooth. So definitely think it helped with digestion, gut health, skin health, everything. Just something easy that you can add to your routine because like why not? It's not super expensive, not something that takes a ton of time. So as I'm saying this, I'm realizing I should go get some because like I should just keep doing this. It's great. Second thing I did was I started taking Dose. This is something that my mother-in-law actually got me into. It's a liver supplement. I actually got into it because it tastes really good. It literally tastes like Sunny D in a bottle. It's delicious. There's a ton of great benefits to improving your liver health. Like your gut, your liver is connected to everything. So I was like, if there's a chance this can improve my skin, I'm gonna do it. Plus it helps with like fatigue, energy levels, everything. So I was just like, you know what? We're going all out wellness. Let's give it a try. And again, I'd be remiss not to mention like the effect that this could have had on my skin. I'm still doing it now. It is on the pricier side. You can order it online. You can also find it at like Sprouts, which is nice, just like a single bottle or like a single serving of it. You don't have to do it every single day. You can do it a few times a week. I didn't do it every single day because it's expensive. But if you're really leaning into this, if you really want to give yourself the best chance at like full body wellness, like full skin, holistic wellness, I would recommend it. Like I said, I'm still doing it even without the wedding now. So obviously it's good for you and your liver. So 2 thumbs up. And that is everything. Everything that I think was definitely worth the investment. Depending on your budget, this like pre-wedding plan can look different for everyone. So there's a lot of ways you can modify a lot of these things to be more affordable, more luxury. You can do more facials, you can do more expensive facials. You don't have to get facials at all. Red light obviously is an extra as well, but I think it did all contribute at the end of the day to having clear skin at my wedding, which was, like I said, the most important thing to me, having struggled with acne for so long. So I don't have any regrets. Like I said, I'm continuing to do a lot of this even now. Another thing to mention is I was eating well in tandem to all of this, which again has to affect your skin and your body at the end of the day. So if you're already kind of practicing healthy habits going into your wedding, that's probably not even something you would connect to your skincare at the end of the day because you're just doing it in tandem. If you're getting a lot of nutrients through your food, then really nothing to worry about. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed my breakdown of my pre-wedding skincare routine. I'll be sure to keep you guys updated on the things that I, keep doing in the future. I hope you'll stay along for the journey, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.